Jesus, obviously the team gets a win. Now you're back, moving on to Nashville. How are you feeling this week?
I think we're feeling good. I think we know, and after watching video and after seeing what we could accomplish in Dallas, we saw that it was a tough win. Grinding it out to minute 95, and seeing how the guys ran for each other, and the effort that it took. So now we know that that's the minimum. That's the effort that's going to take to win games in this league, especially away. And so the guys know that the only way to back it up in a away game is to come home and win against Nashville. So the guys are ready mentally, physically, and we're prepared.
Nashville, structured team. We beat you, Callahan, more offensively perhaps. What are some of the challenges that they present?
Honestly, they have individual qualities that put together become really good. And so we know that the partnership between the nine and Mukhtar working off each other is going to be really good. We know that the outside backs like to play a lot of balls forward to the nine, and so we're prepared for that. The coaching staff have a really good plan for that, and we're ready to work based on what they need us to work on and seeing what their strongest things are.
Going back to Dallas, did you personally get any little extra from going back there and getting the 3 points?
Yeah, it was a roller coaster of emotions, coming off the bus and seeing familiar faces. But I knew from the moment that we landed in Dallas that it was a business trip. The team knew that the season hasn't started the way that we wanted. And so we knew that getting a win in Dallas was going to be huge for us, for our confidence, for our mindset, for everything. And so, I'm glad that the guys could battle it out, and because we know that it wasn't easy. Dallas came and played and ran, and with the heat, now that I've been here for a couple months, I feel it, and so it was good for us mentally.
How do you evaluate your own performance in that game?
I think it's getting better game by game. I think that I was talking to coach, and some of the stuff that we were talking about was, I'm starting to get to the point in my career kind of that I feel like I can be more for the team than just goals and assists. I think that I'm a guy that is pressing a lot. I'm a guy that's defending. I'm running, tracking back to the 18, even though I'm a forward. And so talking to the guys, talking to the coaches, it's something that I bring. And so, it makes me a little bit at ease, but still frustrating at the same time because as a professional soccer player, as a forward, you want to score goals, you want to assist. And so I still keep myself accountable. I still keep it real with myself, but at the same time, I can't push myself because I'm doing other things right, which is the defending, the pressing, the communicating on the field. And so, I go back and see my numbers. The guys in there are always talking about the numbers. And so having positive numbers and seeing the running and the stuff that I can also provide besides the assisting and the goals is good for me. And so it makes me feel a little bit better. But obviously keeping it real with myself is also, as a forward, you want to score goals and assists.
Jesus, did it take a while to understand kind of what Smetso wants in your primary assist zones? And you're coming from a team that's more expensive, and this is a possession-based. Is that what took a minute to kind of understand what's asked of you?
I think a little bit. I think that in Dallas, I had kind of that free role of just kind of go find the game, go see where the spaces are, go kind of like figure it out for us. And here, we got players that do that. And so for me, it's just being mentally strong to stay in the pocket, or maybe just stay in the position where he wants me to wait for the ball instead of going to chase it. And I think that's kind of where I'm learning to be better at, and just kind of staying put and just being confident enough that my teammates will find me.
But in that, you're able to. It looks, especially the last game, you go left, right, you're cutting across. Is that giving you a little bit more?
Yeah, no, I think that it gives me confidence when the coaches moves me from position to position. When we make subs, he moves me around, and so for me, it's obviously confident enough he has enough confidence in me to be able to play different positions and kind of have that a little bit of that freedom, but at the same time have that structure.
And one thing that the players have talked about was your passing. How underrated that is. Can you just?
Yeah, I think I've talked to Freddie and Andy a little bit about, obviously, like me coming from a new team to a new team. You kind of want to be, not selfish, and in front of the goal you want to be able to pass. And I think that's kind of where, in the moment where I'm at, where it's kind of like I have to be a little bit more selfish in front of goal and start shooting and start being the guy that can just get shots. I think with shots, goals come. And so, but yeah, a lot of people talk about my passing. I don't I don't know anything crazy about it, but I try my best. I try to put my teammates in the best position possible. If we can get the easier goal, then I'm all up for that. I love making good, nice passes, and so I try my best.
How beneficial will it be to have some attacking reinforcements this weekend, whether that be Jordan, Ryan Kent, or Albert back?
I think it's going to be great. I think it's bringing a lot of competition into training, and I think that's what we need. I think we start from training at the beginning of the week to prepare ourselves to have good games on the weekend, and so the tone is set in the training, and so having those guys back obviously brightens up the mood, but also brings competition, and then the weekend we have players that can obviously start, players that can come in, and the level won't drop, and so I think that's the most important thing about our team is that we have players all around.
After the San Diego loss, Paul said that this has to be rock bottom. How important was it to get a result on the road in Dallas coming off of that San Diego loss?
I think it was huge. I think it was mentally and physically something that we needed to do. And I think that we're understanding now the level of that we have to play at. And so physically, mentally, we have to stay on top of every minute because games are long, and I think games are won in each box, and so we have to be the best defending team, but we also have to be the best attacking team. And so I think the guys are starting to notice what it's going to take to win games here, and I'm glad that we got it early, because the season is long. At the end of the day, the season is long, and we have a lot of games to play, and we're excited. We're excited to see what's next.
How quickly have you built up a rapport with Pedro de la Vega? It seems like you guys coexist pretty well on the pitch. How is that going, and what he provides, and how does that change your play when maybe you're with somebody like Albert next to you?
Yeah, I think that Pedro is a guy that is very attacking minded and very 1v1 and very running behind, and so for me it's very easy because he just makes the runs and I kind of pass it to him. So it's very good because I kind of can communicate in an easier way because I'm kind of the passer, he's the runner. With Albert, it's a little bit different. I have to kind of adjust because usually he plays on the left pocket, I play on the right. We're kind of both passers, and so it's kind of seeing what works best for us, and we're still trying to figure it out. We're trying to figure out if I'm going to be the runner in that occasion or if I'm just someone supporting it, kind of combining with him, and so it's still a working process, but whenever you have two different guys, it's kind of fun to play with because the other teams don't know what's coming or what way we're going to play or which way we're going to set up, and so it's nice, and it's an adaptation. It's something that we can change from game to game, but it's totally different.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.